Hey, what's up guys? Today I would like to talk to you about the Wolverine 1000 mile boots. So I'm not a huge fashion guy, of course, if you ever see me, but I would like to dress nice from time to time. And given my age, I kind of feel like I should kind of dress up a little bit more than when I was in like college. So I was in need of a pair of boots, and I went online, did some research, and found a couple brands that a lot of people tend to recommend. And I took a look at them. From the list, the Wolverine 1000 mile boots really draws me in. It has a cult following for good reason. The company has nice history. I'll let you research those. The boots are proven, right? If you treat them right, they last you for years. And the main selling point for me is like the classic look is subtle, however, it's refined, polished. Check out this like trim lines around the edge and like little details. Like, I don't need something with huge logo, whatever, bells and whistles, blah blah blah. I just want something that looks nice when put together in an outfit. And got a nice subtle logo here, which I kind of appreciate because, you know, cover that thing up. But yeah, let me just do a quick overview of the boots first, and then we'll go through the color options and etc. So as you see, it's a pretty standard boot. 6 inches, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. My goodness, I should do all these research first. You know, like leather soles. The bottom, leather over here, rubber over here. When I first got it, I was a little bit concerned. I figured that, you know, there's like no track and stuff like that, I may slip on slippery surface. But what I find out is that while yes, I do slip on this portion, back here is rubber, so it gives you traction, taking off, stopping, turning, whatever, right? So no issue so far. I do notice that there's a little wiggling up front, like if the ground is too smooth, but overall no issue. I never felt like I would slip. Traction is pretty good. Moving on, I had these boots for about a month now, and I've been wearing them quite often. I would say as much as every other day. And the first day I was wearing it, it was pretty stiff. People all say it's super comfortable, no break-in. No, not in my case. I mean, it was stiff. But after the first day, it magically became really, like, all the leather became really soft, the sole become a lot more bearable, and it become really comfortable to wear. And now, although it's still not my most comfortable pair of shoes compared to sneakers and stuff, of course, but it is comfortable. I feel like I can wear it for a long time and with no issue at all. Now, I have not tried it in the rain and stuff like that, so I don't know how it holds up against rain, but I have walked in snow with it, and no problem so far. All right, let me pull up the other foot, although it should be the same thing. Let's see. In terms of like why I chose this color, there are 4 color options. I think there may be more now. This is brown, there's rust, there's burgundy, and then there's black. I think there may be a 10 now. But anyways, I was debating between the brown versus the rust. The rust looks really good, but I feel like because I don't really have boots like this at the moment, a brown one would be a lot more versatile for me. So ultimately, I went with the brown. Now, the pain in choosing the color is because that like there are a lot of pictures online, but they all seems to be like done in a studio, and a lot of the pictures, like user pictures, seems to have different color. So to add to the confusion, I figure I'll present a video with this boot under different lighting, right? So it will confuse you even more. However, the brown is nice. It is kind of like a warm brown, right? I remember somebody mentioning that the brown does not have any hints of red in there, but no, I think there's definitely the red hue in there. There's definitely hints of it. So it is just know that it's not like straight up earth brown. There's a little hint of red in there as well, which I really like actually. I have not done any like shoe cream or like moisture protection spray or whatever yet, because like sometimes they'll alter the color, and I really like the color as is. And I actually don't mind you know what? Not even don't mind. I actually prefer a pair of boots that's a little bit beat up and worn in because I feel like it has personality. Like stuff like this. I love that. So I have not treated yet. Later on, I'll probably do like shoe cream. You know, I mean those are necessary. And in terms of maintenance so far, all I've done is just using like a shoe tree. This guy right here, split toe. So when I push it in, the top part expands to kind of stretch out the leg. Well, not stretch out, but to put some tension in the front part of the shoe to keep the shape of this part, to keep this part shaped. So, in terms of pricing, it's not cheap. I'm used to seeing boots for guys for like at most less than 200 bucks. That's like the world I lived in before this. This pair of boots, if I remember right, cost about $360 new, if I remember right. And from time to time it goes on sale on like sites like Sierra Trading Post for about $200. Now we're in the winter season right now. I figured if I keep waiting, it's gonna be spring. So I just went ahead and pulled the trigger. Bought a pair of new from Nordstrom's. I do have a local Nordstrom, so I figure like, okay, if the sizing doesn't fit, I can always like go exchange it in store. And the common advice seems to be go one size down, because these boots tend to run large, and it was spot on. I mean, I ordered one size down, it was perfect. So that's sizing. Looking at the bottom, this is actually one thing that some people commented on that I want to address, is that these thread seems to be, now that I look at it, decorative. Or holding, yeah, it looks almost decorative. Anyways, so there's people are worried that like if the thread, right? It seems to be walking the thread, you may kind of like wear them out and break them. And what I noticed here is that there are threads down in this portion, and then the trench kind of shallows out, and the thread comes to the surface here, up here to this portion of the sole. To be honest, I'm not too worried. I mean, they designed a shoe like this because they think it works, and I trust them. They're the shoemakers, and looking at it, I really don't think the thread is really attaching anything, so that should be okay. Well, maybe it's kind of like sewing these two pieces together. I don't know. But just from all my research online, I have not seen a case where like these separated because the thread broke or whatever. So it should be okay. Maybe I'll do like another review a couple years down the road, and we'll see. In terms of value, it is an expensive boots for guys, at least for me at least. However, I mean, I don't have any other boots, so, and also I wanted something that could last me a while, and it sounds like if you treat this pair of shoes right, it'll last you years. And I do want a more grown-up look, so I feel like this pair of boots like fit the profile pretty well, it fit my need pretty well. And it's not absurdly expensive compared to some other boots out there. There's stuff that's like $800-900 bucks, which I think is ridiculous right now. But maybe down the road I'll buy a pair and do another review on them. But at the moment, I think this pair of boots kind of fit my needs. So $360 is not out of the question. I think it's good value. It's really comfortable. It has a nice classic look that you can dress with like different outfits. So I think it's versatile as well. The color brown, while not as sexy as the rust, but it is also versatile, and it's a nice entry color for me because I don't have any other boots. So I'll start with this. But that's pretty much it. Overall, great boots. I would recommend it. I wouldn't say highly recommend it simply due to the price, but if you have the money to burn or if you have the needs, I think it's good. My advice is to kind of watch for it on sites like Sierra Trading Post, or check out like Reddit's Frugal Male Advice. No, Reddit's Frugal Male Fashion. Sorry about that. And they usually post up deals and stuff like that. And if you have any question, leave a comment. I'm sure if I don't know it, other viewers probably chime in because we have some pretty knowledgeable guys here on YouTube as well. So until next time, here's the Wolverine 1000 mile boot. Alright, so a lot of reviews of these boots are kind of being shown as images by themselves, or videos by themselves being held up. So I figure it'd be nice to kind of see how it looks when they're being worn. Roll the jeans up a little bit, well, slightly douchey. Oh man, come on. But figure this way you can see the boots a little bit more. Alright, so the color I got is brown. It has a slight, it's like a nice medium brown, and it has a slight red hue to it, which I really like. I'm afraid to really put a lot of like waterproof coating and stuff like that on there. Afraid it will change the color. So one thing I really like about the boots, besides being really comfortable, is that the silhouette is quite nice. Like you see, it kind of slant down and then flattens out. Here, I'll lift it up a little bit so you can see the boots completely. So it seems to kind of have the effect of elongating your legs. All right. Versus regular shoes, sometimes it's kind of thicker, so it makes it look like your feet are a little bit thicker, and your legs a little bit shorter. Where these boots, it's kind of like the opposite effect.